Receiving simulator transmission. Uploading transmitted feed. Initializing playback sequence. Alright Seipher, we're ready.
Hey everyone, Seipher here, and welcome back to Seipher Plays Kingdom Hearts. In the last episode, we traversed through the expansive maze that is Hollow Bastion, collecting a number of treasures and activating the last of the Blue Trinity marks along the way. We ultimately pierced straight through to the castle's chapel, confronting the mistress of all evil herself, Maleficent. The battle was hard fought, as all of the witch's magical powers came to bear against us, but we managed to win the day, forcing the exhausted villainess to flee into that shadowy black portal. This time, we're going to chase down Maleficent to find out where she's keeping the kidnapped princesses. But before we do that, I have a few grind gains to go over, because I decided to do a little bit more grinding, mainly since we were nearing the final abilities for Goofy and Donald to learn from leveling up for this specific game. So, shocker, I know, but you'll finally understand why I use every AP up on Sora. So let's get right on into it. As you can clearly see from my party, I have changed things around. I added Beast to the party, but his level ups are neither here nor there. They're pretty generic. So let's focus on our main trio, starting with Sora, who gained 4 levels, gaining HP, Strength, AP, Defense, and an item slot. That item slot came at level 54, and is one of the item slots that is bestowed on him as an additional buff for choosing either the Dream Sword or the Dream Shield. So there we go, we have all the item slots that we will ever have at this point. And so will you if you chose either the sword or the shield. Donald grew 4 levels, gaining HP twice, strength, and defense. And then Goofy also grew 4 levels, gaining HP, defense, MP, and strength. As you can clearly see from my choosing the Dusk Root, Sora is starting to overtake Donald and Goofy in levels. Granted, he is the same level as Goofy right now, but as we gain a few more levels, we will slowly, I believe, eclipse Goofy in terms of leveling, because he was always, like, when we started out with him in the party, he was 5 levels ahead of us, so pretty powerful that we've caught up so quickly. From leveling up, Sora learned Air Combo Plus, which I immediately equipped. We still have quite a bit of AP, and I do have 2 limits that I could equip, but I don't really feel I need either of them. So we'll just keep things as they are. Donald, at level 55, gained Lucky Strike, which I have been desperately wanting, because now we have the maximum amount of Lucky Strikes we can have on a party at any time, getting our base drop rate up 2.5 times, so would have been helpful for getting those defenders and Wizard's Relics, though I have a bit of a story about that for a bit later. But it'll definitely help in the coming synthesis grinding that we have to do, as despite all my grinding, I still need a bit more synthesis materials, mainly from the Hollow Bastion enemies, to complete my plans for synthesis later on. Last but certainly not least, Goofy learned Berserk at level 54, which I equipped alongside his MP Haste. And from doing all this, you now see that Donald and Goofy have all of their abilities, and to equip all of them, they only need 23 AP and 31 AP, respectively. So you don't really need to spend any of your AP ups on them. You can get by with just using accessories that boost AP, and we will be getting to a point where we will have accessories that will get them to that necessary amount to equip everything that they know. So, all in all, pretty good. Off-screen, while I was grinding, I did actually get not 1, but 2 more of the Wizard's Relic staffs off of Wizards. Not sure where this was. Not sure why. I usually am rare to come across even 1, and that's only after a butt ton of grinding. But, hey, I'll take it. They'll at least be decent selling fodder, I think. Not entirely sure. I'd have to double-check on that. As you can see, I did add Beast to the party in place of Goofy. I was originally considering replacing Donald, but the more I thought about it, the more I kind of would like Donald to sort of prove himself, since he was actually the first to leave us when he abandoned us for Riku. And this coming fight will definitely be a way to prove himself. Now, before we actually step into that portal, I do actually want to go over a little story and give a bit of advice before getting into the fight that is in that portal. So let's start off with the story. As I have explained in the past, I was introduced to this game through my cousin, and I had a bit of a leapfrog experience going through this, as I was shown Traverse Town, Wonderland, and then Deep Jungle for the first visit to him. Then, a bit later, I visited him again, and he was in Agrabah, so I got to see the start of Agrabah up to the battle with the Cave of Wonders. And then, the next time I visited him was a massive jump. This was actually the point in the story that he was at when I got to him that second time, so I didn't get to see a whole lot of this game, but it did kind of win me over, especially with this fight, even though it is very difficult. He was actually rather stuck on this fight for quite a while. So I will have to do my best. Another reason why I have Donald in the party, because having 2 healers for this coming fight is better than 1, and having Beast here honestly feels fitting. He came here to rescue Belle, so might as well get him in on a major fight. Now then, before we step through that portal, a few words of warning. I would recommend being at least level 45 and having Strike Raid equipped, as its invincibility frames will definitely help you. I also recommend having Cura and Erora on your shortcut menu, and I just realized I forgot. I want to also trade off Gravura for Stopra. Can be very helpful for this coming fight. If you are doing a more physical build for your Sora, I would recommend equipping either the Pumpkinhead due to its ability to deal a string of critical blows, or Olympia due to its high strength, decent crit rate, good crit strength, and its difficulty to be deflected. For magic builds, equip Spellbinder or go collect the White Trinity in Wonderland and any MP boosting accessories you have, as those will definitely help you, especially you do this if you like to use summons, and if you do use summons, you'll want to equip Treasure Magnet on as many of your party members and Cheer on as many of your party members as possible, as Bambi can be very helpful for this coming fight, and having all those together can keep him around and enable you to just spam magic in this coming fight. Anyway, let's just not waste any more time and go through that portal.
Do you need some help?
Riku!
Yes, a Keyblade. But unlike yours, this Keyblade holds the power to unlock people's hearts. Allow me to demonstrate. Behold! Now, open your heart. Surrender it to the darkness. Become darkness itself!
This is it. This power! Darkness. The true darkness!
The Mistress of All Evil has embraced the darkness in her heart. Say hello to Dragon Maleficent. Now you'll want to immediately get away and cast Erora on yourself, as this is a really tough fight. You may also want to summon Tinkerbell, as her passive healing can definitely help you out in this fight. All in all, Maleficent is a really tough fight. Her main attacks consist of biting at you, swiping at you with her claws, using her hands to slam into the ground to create shockwaves. Eventually, she will start to breathe fire, and actually this attack is summoning all these fireballs. It comes after depleting her pink HP bar. They will home in on Sora and be very devastating. We can actually get up on her back, but I'm not too keen on doing so. As her HP decreases, her stream of fire from her mouth will cover a lot more of the battlefield, so be prepared. This is why I recommended having Fire Raga banned on Beast, and generally just fire resistance in general on your party. Those shockwaves can certainly be devastating. Let's actually get close to her. We can actually parry these fireballs and guard them to send them flying back at her, but it is very difficult to do, especially with all the shockwaves going around. Let's quickly just heal up. Yeah, as you can see, her fire breath is certainly hitting a large portion of the field, so you'll want to just sort of glide around to avoid it, along with her shockwaves. Hit her as much as you can with your Keyblade when you can. If you can manage it, get in front of her chest and face her head. That way, when you're targeted on, you can use Strike Raid to take advantage of its invincibility frames to really hammer her. You can also get up on her back, but this is a bit tricky to do. And I'm gonna restore Donald just to get him back in the fight. We're almost done here. It's really not that difficult now that I think about it. I wanted to try and do this without summoning Tinkerbell because I've never done that before, but hey, it looks like I won't need to worry.
How ironic. She was just another puppet after all.
What?
The Heartless were using Maleficent from the beginning. She failed to notice the darkness in her heart eating away at her. A fitting end for such a fool.
Obtain Fire Glow. Well, there's nothing more that we can do in this area. Kind of barren without the thorns and the giant dragon. So let's go back through this portal. And from doing that, we've opened up a new passageway in Hollow Bastion, but I am actually going to not go down that right now, because we actually are going to do something that I would normally say for later, but feel like this episode has been too short and don't want to just end it here, so let's get into the gummy ship. We're going to be going around and collecting all the White Trinity marks throughout the world, so I'll see you guys in Traverse Town first. For collecting 90 of the Dalmatian puppies, we have gotten another gift from Pongo and Perdita, a ribbon that is actually a pretty good accessory, but I'll save that for another time. I will now see you guys at the secret waterway. Okay, so now that we're here, we did see this Trinity mark all the way back when we visited here the second time to find Leon here. By putting all of our weapons together using our Trinity Detect, we can unlock this chest, getting an orichalcum. And since we're here, we might as well go up to the Magician's Study. And if we actually go ahead and talk to the Fairy Godmother... Oh, another summon gem. Let's help this little one. Here we go. Bibbidi, bobbidi, boo. Learn summon spell Mushu. Thank you, Sora. Here's something for you. Donald's obtained Lord Fortune. You get that staff for Donald by getting all the summon gems, so we've officially collected all the summons. Take good care of them. That we will, and I will explain Mushu a bit later, but for now, let's actually take a look at the Lord Fortune. It is a short staff with more power than... Well, actually, less... No. It has more physical strength than the Wizard's Relic, but it only raises MP by 1 and is short, so I would not recommend it. But if you haven't gotten the Wizard's Relic yet, it is definitely an upgrade over the Mega Staff that we've been using. So now let's just fly off to Neverland. Sorry, not Neverland, Wonderland. That we can head into the Lotus Forest and make our way up to the branch with the mushroom. I'm just going to largely ignore the Heartless here so that we can just get to where we need to go. We will have to do a little bit of fighting, but not that much. From all my grinding, I have maxed out my money, so that's something to note of, I guess. Now we're going to want to quickly take out all the enemies here. Not much experience to be had, but hey, they're really not much of a hassle for us at this point. Let's quickly examine this to get on inside. And the long-awaited Trinity mark that we've been waiting for. Saw this all the way back in our first visit. Open it up. Sora obtained Lady Luck. The Keyblade specific to Wonderland is finally here. And unfortunately it is not good for physical users, but if you're a magic build, it can certainly help. It's basically a more amped up version of the Spellbinder, so can definitely be of some help to you if you prefer magic over physical attacks. Anyway, I will now see you guys back in Olympus Coliseum. Here in the Coliseum gates, we can use our White Trinity to unveil this chest, getting us the Violetta for Donald. Getting a lot of staffs for Donald recently. It is basically just an improved mallet weapon for him. Basically, long reach, a lot of physical strength, but lowers his magic. Not recommended in my opinion. Off to Deep Jungle we go. Here in the Cavern of Hearts, in front of the keyhole, we have another White Trinity. And it's another orichalcum. And now I will see you guys in Agrabah. In the Cave of Wonders entrance, near the actual front entrance hall, we're going to have to quickly take care of these guys, because the Trinity mark is right over here. Opening this chest gets us a Comet G. Not all that worth it in my opinion, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. I will see you guys next in Monstro. This might take me a while. Well, it seems my luck with Monstro is not all that great, so we'll just skip on ahead to Atlantica. Out here in Triton's Palace, we can use our White Trinity Mark once again to get another chest with an Orichalcum in it. So we're getting a lot of Orichalcum. Now I'm going to just try and get back to Monstro. This may take a few tries. Okay, first try, thankful. Well, second try, I guess, would be more appropriate to say. Thankfully, now that we've been swallowed this last time, we won't ever have to come back here again once we take care of our unfinished business here. So let's quickly make our way to Chamber 6 by going to Chamber 1, 2, 3, 2, 5, and 6. Okay, at the far end, beneath the large ledge in Chamber 6, we have this White Trinity Mark with a Thundiga G. Would be helpful for the gummy ship. Let's actually get back to the mouth now, and I will see you guys in Halloween Town. Okay, so we've made our way to Moonlight Hill, and we have to clear out all the enemies that are going to be here, so just give me a sec. Okay, so, oh, and of course, there's always more. Why am I not surprised? Okay. Taken care of, we can activate this White Trinity here. To get a chest with another Comet G. Really wish that there was something better in these, because they're so far not seeming worth it. Anyway, I will see you guys in Neverland on the deck of the ship next. Okay, out here on the captain's cabin, we have to take care of a few Heartless before we can actually make use of the White Trinity that's here, so let's just clear out these pirates. Okay, up here by the steering wheel, we have another White Trinity to activate for another chest. This one will get us a Meteor G. Again, really not seeming all that worth it. Okay, time to head back to Hollow Bastion. Alright, now that we're here at the Rising Falls, we want to make our way up to the platform where Riku stole the Keyblade from us. Because we didn't have Donald and Goofy with us, or the ability to use White Trinities when we first saw this, but there is a Trinity mark right here. So, for the final time, Trinity Detect. Get this chest. It contains a Fire G, but we can't carry anymore, and I can't sell any off, so that is not going to be able to be acquired, but from checking the journal, We now have all of the Trinity marks, and I believe if we had actually pressed triangle in either that or this, we can see where we need to collect any of the Dalmatian puppies or the Trinity marks. So we've got 3 more Dalmatians in Hollow Bastion to acquire. So we're almost done. But from actually doing all that... Huh. I wonder if that was a Final Mix edition only, that you get a sticker next to the category to show that you've completed it. Oh well. Guess that's just one more thing for the Final Mix version. In any case, we have nothing more to do for now, so I believe we will end things here. Next time, we head back to the Castle Chapel and head through the secret passageway to hopefully find the princesses and Kyrie. I want to thank you all for watching. Until next time, stay gold.
Playback sequence terminated. Transmission disconnected.